Hi everyone, Gillian from Yoga G. So today we're going to talk about longevity and yoga. So does yoga promote longevity? Well, let's look at the benefits and some of the evidence. So I have been researching myself a little bit, looking at different clinical trials, and there is a lot of evidence that yoga does promote longevity and is a powerful anti-aging tool. A few of the benefits are that it strengthens your bone density, therefore helps to stop the bones being broken so easily as we age. It helps with your flexibility, obviously, which keeps you flexible and mobile. It helps with joint mobility. So obviously as we age, our joints all tend to stiffen up unless we're doing these little exercises to keep them mobile and keep the fluid around the joints and keep them healthy. Also, it keeps your core strong, therefore keeps your posture good and helps with obviously even just getting up and down out of a chair as we age. And also, I seen one of the clinical trials said that it has even been shown to lengthen the telomeres in the DNA, which again promote longevity and healthy life into our later years. So I'm going to give you 4 exercises today that you could do daily just to help promote longevity and keep your body healthy into the later years. So we're going to begin with chair pose. So number 1 is chair pose. So if you think of yourself sitting on a chair, so in the yoga pose, we begin by standing, but we're going to sit our bottom down. Now you can raise your hands, or if you have high blood pressure, I recommend that you keep your hands on your hips. So our knees are bent, our feet are hip width apart. As I say, either keep your hands up or on your hips, lifting your chest. Now what happens is our bottom wants to stick out, obviously, as we go to sit down. So in our chair pose, we tilt the tailbone in and under. Now try here not to let the knees roll in or out. Try and keep them hip width apart. Keep the chest lifted. Tailbone tilted in and under. And you will feel this on your legs. So as you can imagine, this strengthens the legs, strengthens the glutes. Keep using your breath. We're going to hold it for 1, for 2, for 3. Bring the hands down. So what that does really is help strengthen the legs and the glutes. So if you think when you're sitting, what do you use when you go to get up? Your legs and your glutes and your core. So all of that will help with basic daily tasks of getting up and down. And the more you do it, you'll feel your body strengthening. Also, it will help to strengthen the bones, the density of the bones in the legs, and just to improve your whole body, lower body strength. So that's number 1. Let's go on to number 2. So cat-cow is really good for the spine and keeping the spine healthy, which again is so important because obviously our spine is so important for all the nerves that run down it, into the legs, the arms. So it's important to keep it healthy as we age. And they say a healthy spine, healthy life. So cat-cow is simple. You come onto your hands and knees. So knees under hips, hands under shoulders. And all we're going to do here is you're going to drop the belly as you bring the head up. So this is our cow. Think of a cow with its udder dropping the belly, head up. And as you exhale, you're going to round into like an angry cat. So really suck the belly button to the spine as you push through your hands, arching the back. Inhale, drop the belly, bring the head up. Exhale, round into your cat. Inhale and exhale. So just doing this simple exercise daily will keep your spine flexible and mobile. You're less likely to injure your back, help keep the back muscles stronger. And you just need to do between 6 and 8 rounds, exhaling as you round into your cat. Inhale. Let's do one more. Make sure you have your hands spread wide so you're not putting all the weight onto your wrists. Keep pushing into your fingertips. So that's cat-cow. That's another thing you can do daily just to help your mobility. The next one we are going to do is our down dog. So number 3, down dog. So I'll give you a few options of down dog as well, because it can be difficult to begin with. And if you're just starting out on yoga, then you might want to try option 1. So coming into your tabletop, hands spread wide again, pushing into the fingers. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. So in our down dog, I'll show you down dog first and then I'll give you options. In our down dog, we're going to take our hips up towards the ceiling and then bring our heels towards the floor and push our chest towards the thighs. So almost like an upside down V. So I'm going to give you option 1 to begin with. If your core isn't strong enough yet, what you can do is just tuck the toes under and just lift the knees a few inches off the floor at a time. So you're just going to lift, hold it there and lower, and just do that daily until that your core is strong enough that you feel you can take the hips further up. Bring the heels down. Now if you've tight hamstrings, you may not be able to get the heels towards the floor, so it's fine to have your legs bent. What's more important is you're taking your chest towards your thighs, getting a good stretch into the shoulders, down the backs of the legs. So this is helping with shoulder mobility, core strength, flexibility in our legs. And you can just pedal out the legs one at a time, just to release the hamstrings. And when you're ready, you can just go into your full down dog, pushing through the fingertips. Taking your chest towards your thighs, sucking the belly button to the spine. Try not to put all the pressure on your wrists. And then slowly you can bring your knees forward and down. So that's down dog. So as I say, that will help strengthen the core. It will help build strength in the arms as well, and keep the shoulders mobile, the hips mobile, and also stretch out your feet, which we don't do very often. And our feet are our foundation, so it's important to stretch them out. So number 4 is to do with our balance, which is so important as we age as well. And we will be doing tree pose. So number 4 is tree pose. And you may say, why is balance important as we age? Well, if you think the better you are at balance, the less likely you are to fall over. You'll be able to save yourself a little easier if you tend to go and straighten yourself up. Also, tree pose is good for the hip joints as well. It's good for strengthening the legs. And it's also wonderful for calming the mind as you've got to really focus. So it will improve your focus as well. So we're going to begin feet hip width apart in our Utkatasana. Roll the shoulders back and down. And you want to try and pick a little spot, just somewhere on the floor slightly in front of you to focus on, something that's not moving. Otherwise, it'll make you wobble a bit more. If you want, you can engage chin mudra, first finger and thumb, which helps improve your focus. And gently just focus on that little spot on the floor. Take a few moments to focus on your breath. Feel the weight even on both feet to begin with. And then gently just shift the weight onto the left foot and come onto the toes of the right. So again, you have options here. You could just take that toe up and tap it down if that's enough for you today. Or you can place it on your calf muscle. Or you can bring it up above your knee joint, but not on your knee joint. Otherwise, you'll injure your knee. So choose your option, either above, below the knee joint, or just tapping it up and down. Keep your focus on that little spot. So think of yourself as a child going into a little daydream where the world around you just disappears and you're just in that little daydream, focusing on nothing. Let thoughts come and go. Just concentrate on your breath. If you find your mind starts to wander, try and even count your breath. You can either stay with your hands down or you can bring the palms together at heart center. Whoa. As you move, you may wobble. So focus yourself once again. If you wobble, and just get back to focusing on that little spot, focusing on your breath. Take 2 more deep breaths in and out. I'm a bit wobbly today. Now we'll come to the other side, and balance is something that can be different day to day. So you may have good days and bad days, but if you continue to focus on doing it every day, it will definitely improve your focus and your balance. So we're going to come onto the right foot, come onto the toes of the left foot, either tapping it up and down if that's enough. You're still practicing balance, or take it below or above the knee joint, keeping that hip rotated out. Again, focusing on that little spot, keeping your chin mudra, first finger and thumb, which helps you focus. Focus on counting the breath. So just challenge yourself each day, really. Take 2 breaths to begin with, 4 breaths. I know a friend that actually does this while brushing her teeth, which is another good idea. You're kind of distracting yourself by brushing your teeth. So it's another option you could try. So either staying here or bringing the hands to heart center and just focusing on the breath. Down, just to give you an idea of the benefits of yoga and how beneficial it is, and it does promote longevity and a healthy lifestyle into our later years. One more thing that you can do daily, which really helps with joint mobility, and it's just the little rotations of the joints. So you just rotate your wrists. And you can do this sitting. Obviously, you don't even need to be standing to do this. And just doing these simple little exercises every day just help with keeping the joints mobile, because as we age, that's really what stiffens. And once they stiffen up, it's very difficult to get them unstiff again. Bring your hands to your shoulders. Just roll the shoulders up and down. Go the opposite direction. Bring your hands down to your hips. You can do this one standing, so just rotating the hips. Think of yourself as a child when you were doing the hula hoop. And then the opposite way. Then coming to our knees, placing your hands on your thighs, just making circles with the knees. So this is working our knee joints and our ankle joints. And literally it only takes a few minutes each day, so just change direction. Just to keep the body supple, flexible, mobile, and healthy into our later years. So that's all the little exercises you can do. So does yoga promote longevity? Well, in my opinion, I would definitely say yes. And I know many others that would too. I do know one of my yoga ladies who's been doing my classes has said that she was recently hit by a car. Now, thankfully, at a low speed, but it did knock her to the ground. And she said, had I not been doing yoga for years, Gillian, I have no doubt my bones would have broken, numerous bones. But thankfully, all she had was a bruise. And I also know from my own experience, if I slip or overstretch and expect to have torn ligaments or whatever, I don't, because your body is naturally more flexible. So definitely, without a doubt, it helps to strengthen your bones, improve your flexibility, and also improve your mental health, which is so important going into your later years as well. So I hope this little video helps give a little bit more insight into yoga and its benefits. If you also are interested in other things to help with longevity, I can recommend supplements by a company called Particular. They're US based and they have a wide range of supplements which are vegan and organic. You can take a little online test and they can recommend which supplements would be best suited to you. I'll put the link in my description so you can check out their website and all their range of supplements that promote longevity as well. Please do comment below what you do for longevity and what's your favourite pose out of the 4 that I recommended. So enjoy the rest of your day, take care and see you soon. Bye.